weekend after the show, and it showed up within 30 minutes.
Wow.
So I had barking dogs, and I'm trying to get
People
to
at the door.
the
Yeah.
door, and so I missed the last 15 minutes or so of the show.
Hi, Haley. Hi, Moonbeam.
Hello.
Who else is on? Let's see.
Not gonna do this one, but I will do that one. I don't think I'll do this one. Okay.
Oh, Jim's on. Okay.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't see
Be
Sonia.
here shortly.
Huh?
What show is it? 5. Okay.
Okay, Casey has somebody from Firestorm with her right now. She's having problems with that have movement.
There's what? Problems with what? Internet?
With things that are supposed to be moving, and they're not moving for her, and she had a hard time resing um, at the show the other day, so she's trying to get it straightened out. I just met Kelsey, or Casey, excuse me, Casey. Apparently, she was a friend of Salty Bob's.
Oh, no kidding. Wow, things go round and round. You never know.
Yep.
Never know how they're gonna go. Let's
And
see.
I honestly don't know how I met her. I don't. Maybe at Derby. She mentioned Derby, and
That's
she
a
mentioned
possibility.
she mentioned Randy, knowing who Randy was, and knows Sonia. So I don't know. I don't know, but seems like a really fun person. So
That's good.
Alright, stream is up.
Ah. Ooh, gotta get that started too. Let me get there. Getting time. Wow, it's already after 5?
2 minutes after. We need some people
Hey,
to fall
where did
off
that
the scene.
time go? Where did that time go?
Tim is not responding, the little turd.
Yeah, little turd.
Hey, that's
I'm glad you
Big
can hear it, Moonbeam. Okay, now it's on. Okay, I've got the stream there. Wow, it's a little smoky in here, so that's like a real place.
I just
It
added
does.
Hayes.
Oh, yeah, haze. Yeah, it looks
Aw,
like a
thank
real comedy
you.
club, this haze like that. That's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
The
That's
view has
really.
got that good atmospheric editor. Personal
Ah,
lighting in your quick settings.
you can do that.
Change
Yes, that
all
was.
kind of things.
You can do all. I mean, more stuff than anybody can even think of doing.
Yeah.
It looks. That looks great. It looks like a real comedy club.
Smoking.
Okay. Yeah, it looks. They generally look like that because people do smoke in the
Yeah.
bar, in the
At least in
club,
the olden days.
in the
I don't
olden
know if they
days
allow it now in them buildings.
when you're allowed to live without.
Restrictions.
Yes. When we had the actual liberties and freedoms.
When you had to be nice.
I'm a,
Considerate.
consider it. Yes.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Somebody says, hey boy, I don't appreciate that smoke. And you look at them and you blow it in their face.
And say, well, you
Yeah,
can always
what
go
you gonna do
outside.
about it?
I can remember a time when we would be going from Texas to Chicago and we'd be sitting at a diner and my father would say, "Excuse me, I'm with my family. Watch your language." And they would respectfully say, "I'm sorry, sir." Now the language is everywhere.
Well, yeah.
No, it's true.
I'm glad my
Isn't that
parents
the
aren't here
truth?
anymore.
The decline of Western civilization.
Yes. Very much declining. It's on its last legs.
I agree.
Me
Where
too.
are you, Jim?
Yeah, Jim.
Oh, he's probably performing somewhere, knowing him.
Yeah, but it's Tuesday. He should know better than to perform on Tuesday.
Hello, where are you? Nothing. Cricket.
He needs to be here performing.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean
It's
last week.
almost time.
I
to
don't
start out.
have anything tonight either.
God, and I thought about it. I should have done it.
Got lots of Boudreaux jokes.
Okay.
Awesome.
They're not all funny, but I got lots of them.
Ah, they're good anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Well, we got 4 people watching. That's as many as
Oh,
we
yeah,
got.
he's coming.
Yeah,
He said he
that's-
crashed. He's coming.
All right.
oh, okay.
Might as well get it started.
Get it going, huh?
Get
Okay.
it going. All right, everybody. Welcome to Hooligans Underground, and welcome to the standing room,
Woo!
where we
Bring it.
try to be funny for no particular reason.
And some of you succeed and some of us don't.
That's right. And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We all have
Doesn't
fun.
matter at all. Not to me, anyway.
It's just all about having fun.
The place where you never know. Are they laughing at me because I'm funny? Or are they laughing at me because I'm stupid? Could
No,
be either
never
Thanks
one.
for
find
laughing.
the answer to that one.
It
That's all.
don't matter to me.
Hi, Jim Bob.
There you go. Big
Yeah,
Jim
there-
enters the room.
Hi, Jim.
Hey.
Hi, Jim.
Just as you said that, yes.
There he is. Welcome home, bro.
Oh, thank
Yeah, I'm gonna see next people off there.
you. Yeah.
Fix my camera.
Spot.
It was stuck on Jim.
Oh,
Hope it didn't hurt, bro.
nobody wants that.
Nope. This is not that type of establishment. Well, they got them around here. One of them named Hooligans. But it ain't this one.
You got
Ain't
is there
that
some
one.
landmark? Got some landmarks?
If I go through my history, I could probably find it. Did I say that out loud? Holy moly.
Uh-huh.
I didn't hear you say
Yes,
it.
everybody.
Through your history.
You know, that reminds me. We should do this one day. Get everybody in like a big open area and just take out random stuff in your inventory. Like bullshit that says object. You don't know what it is.
Ah, yes.
It could be boring as fuck, but it could be fun.
And it could be, yeah, yes, you also want to be careful about things too.
We
That's
want
the
to do
fun
it at
part.
a sandbox.
What kind of stuff comes out?
That's sandbox material.
Yeah, that's an
Oh, here.
adult sandbox material.
Adult sandbox. We're all adults. All right.
Yeah, because
Here
that's
we
the only
go.
one I pop out.
All right, Boudreaux. Woo!
Hey, it was made in SL. It's sold in SL. Be all right. All right, Mr. Boudreaux. He got a phone call from the hospital, and they tell him that his wife, she been in a very terrible accident.
Oh no.
So he
No.
rushes. Old Boudreaux rushes to the hospital, runs into and he says his wife's been in an accident. He screams that out loud. He don't know what to do. The people at the desk, they tell tell him that Dr. Abear is on that case. So they page the doctor. Well, Dr. Abear, he comes out to the waiting room. He sees how terribly upset Mr. Boudreaux is. He says, Mr. Boudreaux. Now Boudreaux answers, what happened? How's my wife? What happened to her? Because he don't know nothing, right? Now
Right.
Dr. Abear, he sits down next to him. He says, well, it ain't good news.
Oh no.
The wife's accident resulted in 2 fractures of her spine, a broken back twice.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Boudreaux said, oh my God, what's her prognosis? How's she going to do? Dr. Abear said, well, Boudreaux, her vitals are good. She ain't going to die. However, her spine is inoperable. She have no motor skills, no capabilities at all. That means you're going to have to feed her. Boudreaux, he begins to wetten up, kind of crying. He's getting emotional.
Oh.
Doctor
Aw.
continues. He says, and you have to turn her in bed every 2 hours. She don't get, bed sores or pneumonia.
Mm.
Boudreaux, he begins to cry. He's wailing now. Then, doctor continues, says, of course, you're going to have to use a diaper on her because she'll have zero control over her facilities.
Hmm.
Dang. That's rough.
5 times a day, you're going to have to change them diapers, Boudreaux.
Morgan.
Boudreaux, he begins to shake as he cries, sobbing. He's wailing. The doctor continues. He says, and you have to clean up her feces on a regular basis. She'll have no control over her
Oh.
a sphincter,
Mm.
her booty.
Oh no.
No control. Y'all see where this is going yet?
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah,
We're getting there,
Boudreaux
we're
has
getting
the
there.
gun.
I have no idea.
Her bowels will engorge whenever and quite often, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
Of course, you must clean her immediately to avoid any accumulation of the putrid effluent she'll be emitting.
Mm.
All right, now Boudreaux, he's convulsing. He's sobbing. He's having anxiety attacks. He's about to flip out. Just then, Dr. Abear reaches over, puts his hand and pats him on the shoulder. He said, Boudreaux, I'm just fucking with you, yeah. She died.
Oh.
Kidnapping somebody's dead.
Now that's a good friend.
That's a good friend. Yeah, get them all worried and stuff, and then now, yes, that's the way to break that.
Psych.
Psych, yeah.
I got more, y'all. I got more. All right, Boudreaux, Thibodeau, and Abear was having a conversation over brewskis the other day. Thibodeau and Abear was discussing how they have total control over their women.
Uh-huh.
Now, Boudreaux, he wasn't saying a word. Now, after a while, Thibodeau asks Boudreaux, he says, how about you, Boudreaux? You got control over at your house? Boudreaux responded, he said, let me tell y'all, the other night, Marie, she came to me on her hands and knees. Thibodeau says, oh yeah? And what happened then? Boudreaux took a healthy sip of his beer. He said, well, that's when she told me, come out from under the bed, you little piece of shit coward. And fight like a man. I warned y'all something I wasn't funny. Man,
That's okay. We'll laugh at you.
I'm stupid. I can accept that. Good with it. Alright. I'm gonna save this one because it's long. I'm gonna skip this one because it's dumb. Here's one that ain't long or dumb.
Okay, there we go.
Alright. Boudreaux and Thibodeau, they was out on a golf course the other day. And as they were finishing their game, Thibodeau commented that he was going to see Dr. Hebert, who was the local dentist, the next day to get his new dentures put in. And Boudreaux, he commented, "Oh yeah, I got my dentures from him a couple years ago." And Thibodeau said, "Well, did he do a good job or no?" Boudreaux said, "Well, let me put it this way. Yesterday, I was out here playing golf, and the guy on the next hole sliced his ball, hit me right in the nuts.
Oh.
And that's the first time in 2 years that my teeth didn't hurt."
You think?
That'd be a no. Try a different. All right, open mic. One of y'all want to come up and do one or two a tree?
I can start.
Yeah. All
Hey,
right.
tell
Wow.
us.
All right,
Okay.
get my camera away.
Hold on.
I'll
Let
go
me move all this crap out of the way.
get myself out the way, and then
I'm gonna have to
still
minimize
not
it.
sure who's gonna move. Was it
I'm
Bob?
moving. I'm moving. I had to move stuff.
Okay.
Up. I'm turning around
All right,
backwards.
let's welcome Wildcat.
Hurrah!
Yeah, put them damn tomatoes away.
No tomatoes allowed.
Yeah.
I don't have tomatoes.
Don't be wanting any of those. Wow, we got peoples out here. Everybody's looking good. Looking good. Morgan and Moonbeam, glad you guys could be here too. And you YouTube people, thanks for watching. Don't let me chase you off because I promise there'll be funnier jokes coming later.
All five of you.
Hi, Morgan.
So, yeah, we'll start off with some lawyers. With some lawyer jokes because, well, I work for a lawyer, so I guess I get
Get it out.
I get the privilege. There's an additional statute put in the California code for how to deal hunt lawyers, and it says it's section 3372.05. All right, the willful killing of attorneys with a motor vehicle is unlawful.
Damn.
If, however, an attorney is accidentally struck by a motor vehicle, the dead attorney should be removed to the roadside and the vehicle should proceed to the nearest car wash.
That shit off you go.
Get that shit out the road and go to the car wash. Hi, Angel. Thanks for popping in. Don't know if you have a thing yet. Okay. What does a lawyer get when you give him Viagra? Taller.
Taller?
Taller.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's a big dick.
Because they're all dead.
Yeah, because he's a big dick, right? What do you call a lawyer with an IQ of 50? Your Honor.
Your Honor.
What do you call a lawyer who's gone bad? A senator.
Oh,
Senator.
Oh, close,
Huh?
close. This spelled wrong, but
it works the other way. First.
all right. What's the difference between a lawyer and a trampoline? I don't get this one. You take off your shoes to jump on a trampoline. What's the difference between a tick and the lawyer? The tick stops draining you and drops off after you're dead. How many lawyers does it take to roof a house?
Many.
It depends on how thin you slice them. What do you have when a lawyer is buried up to his neck in sand? Not enough sand.
That's a good one. My mic was off. I was laughing.
Oh, okay. How do you get a lawyer out of a tree? You cut the rope.
Oh.
How do you stop a lawyer from drowning? You shoot him before he hits the water. Dang, these are rough. How many lawyers does it take to stop a moving bus? Never enough.
No.
That's probably enough for the. Wow, that's a whole new page of them. Okay, let's go, but let's skip all that. And I gotta find. Oh, I gotta find something here. This one continues over to here. Okay, all right, good. All right, so a young blonde was on vacation in the depths of Louisiana, right down Nixwick. Oh yeah, she wanted a pair of genuine alligator shoes in the worst way, but she was very reluctant to pay the high prices the local vendors were asking. Seemed like it'd be cheap because gators are a dime a dozen. Um, After becoming very frustrated with the no haggle attitude of one of the shopkeepers, the blonde shouted, "Well, maybe I'll just go out and catch my own alligator so I can get a pair of shoes at a reasonable price." The shopkeeper says, "By all means, be my guest. Maybe you'll luck out and catch yourself a big one." Determined, the blonde turned out and headed straight for the swamps, set on catching herself an alligator. Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh,
I lost
this
it.
page
Oh.
2.
Yeah, the page 2 is on the back of a different page. Later in the day, the shopkeeper is driving home when he spots a young woman standing waist deep in water, shotgun in hand. Just then, he sees a huge 9-foot gator swimming quickly toward her. She takes aim, fires, and kills the creature with a great deal of effort, hauls it onto the swamp bank. Wow, she actually got one. Laying nearby were several more dead creatures. The shopkeeper watches in amazement. Just then, the blonde flips the alligator on its back and, frustrated, shouts out, "Damn! This one isn't wearing any shoes either."
Oh,
These
that was
damn
cute.
alligators looking for shoes. Oh, okay. So, let's see. A man visited his doctor, and the doctor checked him over before commenting, "Well, looks like you get a fair bit of exercise." The man replied, "Oh yeah. In fact, just the other day I walked 5 miles over rugged terrain as I climbed over rocks and trees. I also waded along the edges of a lake, pushing my way through tall thistles, and even slid down sandy slopes while getting sand in my eyes." The doctor was very impressed. "Well, you certainly are a dedicated outdoor enthusiast." The man replied, "Not really, Doc. I'm just a really bad golfer."
Oh, cute.
An elderly man owned a large farm for several years, and he had a large pond. Okay, let me start this one again. An elderly man owned a large farm for several years, and he had a large pond on the far end of his property. It was properly shaped for swimming, so he fixed it nice with picnic tables, horseshoe courts, and some apple and peach trees. Beautiful, makes it attractive and stuff. One evening, the old farmer decided to go down to the pond since he hadn't been there for a while. He grabbed a big white bucket to bring back some fruit before starting the long walk to the remote area. As he neared the pond, he heard voices shouting and laughing with glee. As he came closer, he saw it was several young women skinny dipping in his pond. Oh, man. Now he's cooking. That's why he made the pond, right? So he made the women aware of his presence, and they all went to the deep end. One of the women shouted to him, "We're not coming out until you leave." The old man frowned. Bummer. "But I didn't come down here to watch you ladies swim naked or make you get out of the pond naked." So, holding the bucket up, he said, "I'm here to feed the crocodile."
Ooh.
Some of these old men can still think pretty fast, can't they?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, that's kind of stupid. It's evening. Little Johnny and his friend are sitting by the campfire. They've been plagued by swarms of mosquitoes already for an hour, and the assault only worsens when the darkness sets in. Suddenly, fireflies appear, and little Johnny exclaims, "These darn mosquitoes! Now they even brought lanterns with them to find us."
Flames.
Okay. A young man invite. Well, okay, I'll make this the. Well, there's still more. I'll make this the last one, then I'll save leftovers in case I need them later. A young man wanted to invite his girlfriend to their farm, but was embarrassed by the old-fashioned outdoor outhouse. He kept bickering with his dad about getting a modern one with indoor plumbing, but the old-timer didn't want to give in. Out of sheer desperation, the young man slips out one night and with a huge shove pushes the entire outhouse down the hill. Wow. The solid affair was still intact when it reached the bottom, but he knew it would be too damaged to drag back up with the truck's winch. So, the next morning at breakfast, his father asks him if it was he who destroyed the outhouse. And at the same time, his father reminds him of the story of George Washington and the cherry tree. "Yes, Dad," sighed the boy. "It was me. It was I, actually. It was I." "Well, I'm glad you're so honest," said his father. "And as punishment, you have to start digging the pit for a new one immediately." "But, Dad," protests the boy, "when George Washington admitted it was he who cut the tree, his father didn't punish him." "Yes, you're right," said his father. "But George's dad wasn't in the cherry tree when he cut it down." Right. So, okay, I'll hop off the stage and I'll start ducking out of here so I don't get hit with tomatoes.
No tomatoes.
Oh, good. I'm glad. There we go.
Alright, big hand for Wild One, y'all.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright. I think I got one or two more here. Remember, as always, if you think that you've heard this joke before, just shut up.
Act like you haven't.
Keep it to
Hey,
yourself.
Penny. Nice to see you, Penny. Come on in.
Yeah, come on in.
Oh, Penny doesn't have a dot. Okay. Good.
Alright, Boudreaux and Marie. Penny ain't got a dot. I wonder if she can hear. Hope so. Alright, Boudreaux and Marie. They were speeding along Interstate 10 on the high-rise bridge over Whiskey Bay when Boudreaux saw a red light flashing in the rearview mirror.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he pulled over as well as he could to the side of the bridge. So did the trooper. He got out, walked up to the window with his clipboard in his hand. He says, "Did you know that you was going 80 miles an hour? The speed limit on this bridge, 60.
Ooh.
And Boudreaux looked over for the cigarette he dropped. He said, "Nope, I was only doing 60. Now, the trooper didn't like that. He sounded a little pissed off as he looked at his clipboard. He said, "Nope, I clocked you at 80. The trooper looked over at Marie, sitting looking out of the passenger window, out at the trees and the water. The trooper says, "Ma'am, I clocked this man at 80. He said he was going 60. Now you tell me, was it 60 or was it 80? Marie answered, she says, 60? I never argue with Boudreaux when he's been drinking." She don't want that twice notice to come up. That's a long one. My wife got a new phone, and she's in the other room gossiping to all her friend bragging about it.
Ah, that's what that is.
what I'm hearing.
She got no consideration for the person in here streaming. None.
Who's that?
Oh, y'all heard that.
Oh, some $400.
$400 on the phone. That's
Oh
cheap.
no.
Alright, Boudreaux staggered into the house late last Saturday night. Drunk, as usual. And as he walks in, he lets out a tremendous belch, followed by a very large, gaseous expulsion.
Oh.
Did he
Fart.
fart?
Big, long, really nasty one.
Mm.
Marie, who had been waiting up for him, of course, was disgusted, to say the least, with his actions. And she
Very.
told him so. Said, Boudreaux, you is one disgusting son of a bitch. You drink all the time. You belch all the time. You don't care where you at, who's around. You be passing the gas. Until you straighten yourself out, I'm going to cut you off. Boudreaux looks at her through his very bloodshot eyes. He said, Michelle, how you going to cut me off? You don't know where I'm getting it. That actually should have been in the stupid file. Now, y'all. Speaking of that, marriage and all that stuff. Thibodeau's marriage had been a little dull lately. So he asked Boudreaux, like all men do, you know, they have problems, they ask their best buddy.
Of course.
Of course, because that's just what men do. So he asked Boudreaux if he had any idea on how to add excitement back into his marriage. Well, Boudreaux said, well, you know, you can just have an affair. Thibodeau said, no, I can't do that. I'm faithful. I can never do that to Clotilde. Now, Boudreaux, he says, well, look, if you convince her to let you do it, it ain't cheating.
Oh.
Thibodeau thinks about that. Makes sense. So the
Right.
next time Clotilde seemed to be in a particularly good mood, he shared that idea with her. That a new partner would add excitement. Clotilde quickly responded. She says, honey, that will not help our marriage. Believe me, I already tried. I think she might have got some advice from Boudreaux too. Alright, y'all, this one ain't got nothing to do with Boudreaux. Nothing at all. Or Thibodeau. Just a moth. A moth walks into the podiatrist's office. And the podiatrist says, what's the problem? And the moth says, well, what's the problem? Where do I begin, man? I go to work for Gregory. Wait a minute. Who's this? Gregory Linovich. And all day long I work. Honestly, Doc, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I should have read this first. This is just I don't know why I printed that. If y'all want to try to finish the joke in your mind, go for it.
I'm pretty sure we can come up with something.
Yeah, probably so.
Cool story, bro. Tell it again.
Streetcar conductor. That's really familiar.
That's a long one.
It is, see? And that alone tells me it's too fresh. Alright, the master big time shuffle. Digging way deep, way deep. Alright, years ago, right after Boudreaux and Marie's wedding, oh man, fuck. All right, open mic.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, it was.
Woo!
I read that one like a week or two ago.
Pepper, you have some jokes?
Who got a joke or two while I go through this?
You got something, Pepper?
Nah, Pepper don't got none.
No, not tonight. Go ahead,
Said that right
Jim.
when she got here.
Waiting for you to get up there.
Okay, Jim.
Your
Save
show
me,
the
bro.
other night was excellent.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Big Jim.
I'm sorry, you said my show Friday night was excellent?
Was excellent. Yes, it
Oh,
was very
yeah,
fun.
that was great.
I
That was
ended
awesome,
up
Jim.
staying after too.
Oh, I appreciate that, yeah. I had fun putting that set together, all the quirky and fun, weird songs. It's,
I loved. My favorite was "Sexy and I Know It." I love that song. Yeah,
I'm singing and I'm playing.
that was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who came and was able to be entertained by that. But now we got some jokes. The mayor was in a parade with his wife and sees her former boyfriend who runs a gas station. So he asks his wife, "Aren't you glad you didn't marry him? You'd be working in a gas station now." She said, "Well, if I'd have married him, he would be mayor."
And she'd be rich.
A married friend of mine got a text from his next door neighbor and it read, "I'm so sorry. I've been riddled with guilt. I have to confess. I've been helping myself to your wife day and night when you're not around. In fact, more than you do. I don't get it at home, but that's no excuse. I can no longer live with the guilt, and I hope you'll accept my sincerest apology and with my promise that it will never happen again." My friend was completely shocked. He didn't know what to think. A few minutes later, a second text came in. "Damn, spell check, I meant Wi-Fi."
Oh, that's cool.
That can get you into big time trouble.
I have to tell you a real life story. I was in the airport, and it was back when Wi-Fi was new, and they had a big banner up that said "free Wi-Fi." And my wife looks up and she says to me, "What's wifey?" I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean wifey?" She said, "The sign over there." I said, "Oh, it doesn't say wifey." Anyway, it was mildly funny at the time. The Rutherford told me we were going to play a game. She said, "If I name a country, raise your right hand. If I name an animal, raise your left hand. If you get it wrong, you have to give me your salary for the month." I said, "Okay, let's start." She said, "Turkey." I had no idea. Okay. One day I saw a sign reading "talking dog for sale." So I went to the fence and asked the dog, "You talk?" The dog answered, "Yes." I said, "Well, tell me your story." He says, "Well, I discovered I could talk when I was just a puppy. Over my life, I have done a whole bunch of things you'd never expect. I worked for the CIA. I prevented a few wars. I got tired of traveling with that job, so I took a job with the TSA and prevented 552 plane crashes. But I'm retired now, so I went over to the owner and asked him what he wanted for his dog. He could only speak, but he was a hero. He said, "He's yours for $10. I said, "Wow, why so cheap?" The owner said, "That dog's a liar."
How dare he? Lying ass dog.
My girlfriend and I decided to try an erectile dysfunction drug just for variety, and the night we had was unforgettable. The next morning, she asked me if I wanted some eggs and bacon. I said no, that blue pill must have stolen my appetite. For lunch, she asked, "How about some soup or a sandwich?" Again, I said no. Then at dinner time, she asked about how about some steaks, mashed potatoes, apple pie. Again, I wasn't hungry. So she crossed her arms and grumpily retorted, "Well, I'm starving. Would you mind letting me up now?" Young pastor dropped in to visit the church organist, and his eyes wandered over to her old Hammond organ. On top of it sat a crystal bowl filled with water, and something was floating in the middle. He said, Miss Beatrice, could you tell me about that bowl on your organ? She said, oh, isn't it wonderful? I found this little package in the park months ago. The directions said, place it on the organ, keep it moist, and it'll prevent the spread of disease. And would you believe it? I haven't had the flu all winter.
Oh.
The pastor looked closer and asked the organist, do you know what a condom is?
Oh. I think I missed that one.
That's what was floating in the water.
Mm.
In the bowl. On the organ. All right, move on to the next joke because it's not funny if you have to explain it.
You explained it and we still don't understand.
Yeah. Sorry
Was
about
on
that one.
the Again,
I'll try to rewrite that and try to do it again next week.
Sorry.
Gotta bring the IQ level down.
A sailor strolled into a pub. His face went quiet and the place went quiet and heads turned and conversations were pausing. He was built like a tank, but his head was unusually small. He walked up to the bar and he ordered a pint. He said, yeah, I know what you're all thinking. Let me explain. Years ago, I was out to sea and I caught something strange in my net. Not a fish, but a mermaid. Real as you. She begged me to let her go, and she said she'd grant me 3 wishes in return. So for my first wish, I asked for a yacht. Boom, right there in the harbor. For a second, I wanted endless riches. I got a bank account so full I couldn't even read the number. For my third wish, well, I looked at her and said, I want to be with you. She smiled and said, I don't think that's physically possible. We're different species. So I said, all right then, how about just a little head?
Ooh. But still got the yacht and all that money.
Yeah, I got the yacht and the money. And I never asked for a blowjob again. One afternoon, 2 young boys wandered into a pharmacy and they roamed around the aisles for a bit and grabbing a box of tampons and making their way up to the counter. The pharmacist was curious and looked at the older boy and asked, how old are you? 8, the boy answered. The pharmacist smiled and asked, do you know what these are used for? The boy shrugged and says, they're not exactly, they're not for me. They're my little brother here, he's 4. Well, the pharmacist said, oh really, and why would your little brother need these? Well, the boy replied, we saw on TV, if you use these, you can swim, play tennis, and ride a bike, and my brother can't do any of those.
It's like the easy button.
2 old ladies were sitting on a park bench outside the town hall where the annual flower show was running. The shorter lady let out a dramatic sigh. She said, life's so boring these days. We never do anything fun anymore. I'll tell you what, if you give me $10, I'll strip off and streak through that flower show right now.
Wow.
The other lady's eyes widened up in surprise, and then a mischievous grin spread across her face. She pulled out $10 and handed it to her. Go on then, let's see if you still got it. Well, she began the slow, deliberate process, undressing. She grabbed a dried flower from a nearby display and stuck it in between her teeth and shuffled through the flower show doors, bare as the day she was born.
No kidding.
The other lady sat there on the bench listening to the chaos inside, gasps and cheers and bursts of applause. Moments later, the first lady came out, grinning from ear to ear, and her clothes were draped over one arm. There was a small crowd clapping and cheering her on. The other lady said, what in the world happened in there? Well, the first lady held up a crisp $100 bill, and she said, turns out I won first prize for best dried arrangement.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
And now for my last joke. Before I start, I'm going to say I'm doing a comedy show tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 7 to 7:30. It's just a half-an-hour show. I'll be hosting, and people are welcome to come and tell jokes, and I'll be filling in between. It's over at the Los Monica, the store. It's a place I used to do on Wednesday nights later in the back last year in December is when I ended doing that. But started back for a half-hour show, and it was pretty fun. We had a good crowd last week. And now for the last joke. My girlfriend and I moved to Texas, and I decided it was time I adopted the cowboy lifestyle. So when I got a pair of shiny boots. So then I got a pair of shiny boots. So let me rewrite this. So I got a pair of shiny boots. Shiny cowboy boots. Then one evening I strutted in the kitchen wearing my new boots all proud and asked, "Notice anything different?" My girlfriend glanced up from her tea and said, "Yeah, new attitude." Well,
Goes with the boots.
Well,
That's what
Oh,
the
we're
best
all
kitchen.
well, I went
buy
off
me
and
a fur, and I'll have a new attitude too.
Well, I went off and took everything I had off except for the boots, and I made them a dramatic entrance back in the kitchen. How about now? My girlfriend took one look and said calmly, "Well, whatever was drooping yesterday is still drooping today."
Ooh.
I said it's drooping because it's admiring my boots. And my girlfriend said, "Well, maybe next time you buy a hat."
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure today.
All right,
Yay,
thank you,
Jim.
Jim
All right,
Bob.
big hand for Jim, y'all.
Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. Boudreaux. This has got Boudreaux and Thibodeau. Boudreaux tells Thibodeau that he thinks that his woman is cheating on him with the man living across the bayou.
Uh-oh.
Thibodeau, he suggests that they wait until nightfall and use his rifle scope, to look across the bayou into the windows to see for sure. Well, sure enough, nightfall comes. Thibodeau, he gets his rifle, and he's looking across the bayou. He says, "Yep, you're right, Boudreaux. She's in there with him right now."
Damn.
Boudreaux slides Thibodeau 2 bullets. "All right, Thibodeau, I want you to take 1 bullet, shoot her in her lying mouth. Then the other bullet, shoot that man's dick off."
Ooh.
Thibodeau hand Boudreaux back 1 bullet. "I think I can do that in 1 shot."
Oh, you need to save that one.
How convenient.
I lost my mic. I was laughing my butt off. Dang it.
Well, welcome back, Porcelana.
Thanks. I didn't even know it was off. Oh, gosh.
2 nasties in 1 shot.
Boudreaux and Thibodeau was walking through the woods the other day when a flying saucer landed right by him.
Oh.
The door opened up. 2 little green aliens climbed down out the spaceship. Thibodeau asked Boudreaux, he said, "Man, look at that. What you think that is?" Now Boudreaux, aiming his shotgun at the little space critters, says, "I don't know, Thibodeau. You hurry back to camp, start up a roux. I'll be back soon." A roux is a gravy base.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Flour, water, butter.
Alright, but the joke was they're gonna eat the alien. 'Cause we eat
Oh, I thought.
Sorry, missed it.
Oh,
I was
everything.
concerned.
Cajuns, we eat
you
everything.
go back and you thought, oh.
We eat the alien.
Oopsie.
Probably tastes like chicken. Or maybe alligator tail.
Oh, alligator tail is good with chutney.
Tastes like chicken.
Mhm.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
It does. They got this one particular Chinese restaurant up on the North Shore, and they're famous for their alligator dishes. Go figure, right?
Mm.
It tastes just like chicken. It could be
It
chicken.
does.
It could be lime.
So does rattlesnake, though.
I never ate rattlesnakes.
Yeah, it's like it's tasty.
Yeah, like chicken, huh?
I tried.
Well, I had alligator, and it feels like chicken, but it tastes like fish.
I live in Florida and I've had gator and it's really good.
After
Gator
it
tail's
just ate.
delicious.
Yeah, gator's good.
Oh yeah, it is good.
Oh yeah.
Gator is good. I think, is it Crescent City Brew House or Ale House? In
Brew
Louisiana?
house, but I don't know if they still open.
That's where I had it. It was delicious.
In New Orleans, they got like one restaurant owner group.
Sorry, Chris.
They own like all the big restaurants. The Brennan family.
I met, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a long story, y'all.
then.
But have you ever had porcupine?
No,
No.
Never.
I live in Texas. We eat everything.
Yeah, it's
Never
weird.
had porcupine.
Armadillo,
Yeah.
porcupine,
Yeah, I'm a had
Yep.
turtle.
Roadkill stew.
Turtle.
snapping
No.
turtle, especially.
Tasty.
Roadkill stew.
Yeah.
Hey, why not? I mean, we pull
Also,
crawfish out
porcupine,
the ditch.
It's not worse than-
Out the road.
You
Eat
saw
crawfish,
porcupine
you can
doing
eat
what?
anything.
I saw a porcupine in a song once and she was porcupine.
Oh.
That'd be like made in a stew or something. I ain't never even seen a porcupine. They ain't got them down there.
I've never seen a porcupine myself.
Yeah. TV commercials and cartoons and shit.
And shit.
Alright, Boudreaux and Marie, they going out for the evening. The last thing they do is put the cat out. Now they was taking a taxi because the truck was broke. So when the taxi arrives, as Boudreaux and Marie is walking out the house, the cat slips right out the door.
Uh-oh.
Or slips
Uh-oh.
back in the door. In the door, yeah. Boudreaux returns inside to chase it out. And Marie, not wanting it known that the house would be empty, she explains to the taxi driver, or the Uber driver nowadays. She said, my husband is going upstairs to say goodbye to my mother. Now, several minutes later, an exhausted Boudreaux arrives. He climbs into the back of the taxi